Hi guys, welcome back to room 114, 8th grade science. This is take two. Tried the first take, but forgot to have the mute button off. So hopefully this one goes a little bit smoother. The first thing I want to make sure that you guys do is check out the classroom procedures link that I put onto Google Classroom for you, because then you understand exactly how we're going to do things over this break here. Essentially, to give you the rundown on it, we're going to start every day with a warm-up question, then move on to our lesson, and then finish it with an assignment. Basically the same thing that we did while we were still all in class together. So for today, you should have read page 64 and 65 in your book and describe to me the difference between average speed and instantaneous speed. Before we move on and continue talking about speed, I want to go over two important concepts with you. That is distance and displacement. Usually, I have a whiteboard for you guys. And right now, the whiteboard has not arrived yet. It's on Amazon Prime on the way. So we're going to go with the old-fashioned notebook and pencil method to talk about distance and displacement a little bit today. So to get us started, some definitions here. Distance is the space between two things. It is measured in meters, or some version of meter, since we're in the metric system. If we're going to look at small units, they could be centimeters or millimeters. A large unit would obviously be kilometers. Displacement is the distance you are from your starting point. For example, if we look at the drawing down below and we travel from point A to point B, which is 10 meters, and then from point B to point C, which is 5 meters, we would have traveled a total distance of 15 meters. Obviously, add the distance from A to B to the distance from B to C. If we want to find the displacement, it's a little bit more complicated. If you realize, though, we draw that dashed line between point A and C, what we form is the hypotenuse of a right triangle. And as I am sure you remember from Mr. Daimio's math class, the Pythagorean's theorem, if we know A and B, we can find C by using Pythagorean's theorem of A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So if we take the distance from A to B, which is 10 squared, plus the distance from B to C, which is 5 squared, that should give us C squared. 10 times 10 is 100. 5 times 5 is 25. Add those two together, and C squared would equal 125. We want to find C, though, not C squared. So we take the square root of both sides. The square root of C squared and the square root of 125 tells us that C would be 11.18. Simple, short lesson today, guys, making sure we understand the difference between distance and displacement. That's real important when we are calculating speed, and eventually as we move on to acceleration as well. So after this, I'm going to give you guys an example problem to make sure you understand distance and displacement. When you are finished with that, make sure you finish reading section 3.1 today. And to find those vocabulary terms, you do not have to turn those in today, just like we did when we were in class. You're going to keep those on a separate Google Doc. We'll turn those all in at the end of the chapter. So I hope everyone is well. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. If you have questions, make sure you email me or join into one of the office hour sessions that I have set up. Again, that's all explained in the classroom procedures link there. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.